See you in the morning. Good morning. Oh, hello, welcome back. I got all the rainy stuff out of the way at the beginning of the video, and oh man, the last couple of weeks it's been raining a lot, and that's been playing on my mind a little bit because of what's going on back at the house. I did actually make a video the week before last, but I just put a stop to it. Too much grey skies in there. I like to bring you a little bit of blue, and obviously it's quite nerve-wracking when I've got a roof going up, and it took my full attention away. This week I want to have a little tidy up. The guys are away for a few days. They're coming back later in the week, and they're going to continue. I'm going to show you where we are with that in a minute. I want to try and do as much as I can before I can start on the house, and that does mean around here I need to clear up a little bit. So you saw earlier I was just basically moving the cork away so I can park the tractor. That was before the rain, and glad I did that, because now up where the tent area is looking a bit clearer, and I definitely feel better for that. This right here was floating around the side of the tent. It's a little bit low at the moment. I am going to be working on that, but what a perfect spot, because this is my favorite part of the land within the fenced area. Get some cushions on the chairs, raise up that structure so that I don't have to duck to get in and out. I'm glad to get that out of the way. So I only finished this 2 days ago. Felt like an eternity from when I started. Of course, that was last year, and we had Christmas, New Year in the way, and I've been battling against the elements. Really hasn't taken as much time as it may appear man-hour wise. I pretty much kept it in budget as well, which is really good. Now I'm just letting it all dry inside. I'm letting the air circulate around there, and I'm hoping by the end of this week I can empty the IBC tank, because I want to start clearing up the area around there. And bit by bit, building materials will go, that area will clear, and I can get a good idea of what's going on at the house. So there is one thing I want to do today before I continue down at the well. I've just had an idea. I love those rivets. Will make a great mirror frame. Oh yeah, it feels good. You're down there because it's quite windy up here. Oh wow, what's it been, 4 or so weeks and staring down into the house, especially the last couple of weeks with all that rain we've been getting. Oh, I've been shitting myself if I'm honest with you. It just is a nerve-wracking experience, and it doesn't matter how many times I've done it before. Seeing the roof off of a house is no joy, but seeing it at this stage is. Now they've still got a little bit to go. This is the concrete pour on top of the rebar network. We've got the insulation, the block and beam. We've got the ring beam around, and the whole structure's held together. Funny thing is, of course, is when it's done, it won't look any different than it was beforehand, only before the crack. And now, of course, it's going to be stronger. And that was always going to be the goal, is to not change it in any way, just repair it. And if I wanted to put a pitch roof on here, I would have had to go through a whole lot more process. And of course, that's even more money. And this is already taking up my entire budget for the entire house. So I'm going to have to be very careful going forward. But seeing it at this stage here, it's such a relief. And now that we've got a bit of blue sky, when it does rain, it's not going to be a problem. I've got to get the angle on here so all the water runs off into the cistern. I'm probably going to have 2 or 3 exit points, not all going into the cistern. Then we're going to have a waterproof barrier on here. Further down the line, I put tiles up here. But now, seeing it as it is now, being able to walk around, it's opening my mind a little bit. And well, the options that I have up here, because this is going to be a really good usable space, of course. I'm going to have to think long and hard about this, and I'm sure it will change over time. But what a relief. like it down here. I'm still happy with this, even though there is a little bit of a problem, but we'll come back to that as soon as I've cleared this area out. Where I'm standing now and over that direction, I want to have a stone floor. I can reuse these rocks that were for this, leftovers. I just want to move them out of the way. I actually quite like it the way it looks now, overgrown, but it will be better when it's got a nice surface area here and a retaining wall. Nice spot to sit around in the evenings, summer's nights, perfect. It's a good start. We'll carry on with that tomorrow. Back to my favourite time of day. Oh yeah, the dog walk, sun going down. So last week I was watching James and Christina's channel, The Kinter. And the most recent video they uploaded was a time-lapse start to finish of the village house. Now I haven't looked at mine since I uploaded it. I don't like looking back through my old videos, but seeing his video through fresh eyes and new lens, I wasn't sure how much he was videoing, but he was in different rooms from time to time and I wasn't really able to show those. He was doing the wiring, the plumbing, the bathroom area and many other things, but really worth checking out if you're interested in just seeing that house put together from a different perspective. Trying to work out how big I want this and the shape. I think I want to go round the well, keep that curve, and then down here maybe to this point, and then curve round to there. Don't want it too small, doesn't need to be too big. That's still quite a good area. I think I'll just suck it and see. Yeah. I think I, like most people, have got quite an eclectic taste, and maybe that doesn't come across in the previous videos of the village house or the one video I made on the 3 previous houses, because with those the plan was to sell them. I was living in the first 3, but there is a budget, of course, and as much as you want to try and retain the character as much as possible, it really is limiting what you can do, especially bearing in mind that where you are and what you're going to sell it for. And I know we had 1 or 2 comments on the village house from people saying that we destroyed the character, taking out the archway, the flooring, and basically everything inside and the windows. But you have to really watch what you're doing, especially when you're selling it. My house is slightly different, of course, because I'm going to be living in it and I've got more time. This chair was given to me by Louise, the cafe owner. It was his dad's before I left outside to rust. So I'm going to see if I can give this a new lease of life. But as I'm clearing up, I want to get rid as much as possible. Those cushions have got to go. And hopefully this will be a nice little collection, maybe for the office chair or a dining room table. We'll see. This is such a cool barrel. It's big as well. I'm really hoping that it hasn't gone too rotten inside there, because obviously I'm hoping to give it a new lease of life. It will be under shelter eventually, but I've got to let it dry out now. It had a cover on it, but when I moved it, the water was all sitting on top. A little job that I'm looking forward to in the future, along with everything else. Well, we've connected this end now, all the way down to the floor. Leave it till tomorrow, and then we'll empty the IBC tank. Yeah, a few rocks dotted around. I think that's going to look really nice along the driveway. Got to get more of those. Very satisfying when you cut the grass. The smell, absolutely amazing. I've only done it this once during the winter time. Probably only going to do it one more time as we go towards the end of spring. Everything from that hole that was taken out and spread out down the land has now got some green on it, which is really good. And those rocks, by the way, I think they go really well with the rocks that I put around the cisterna. Definitely a little bit cleaner here, a little bit to go, but a vast improvement from the beginning of the week. Okay, that didn't quite go to plan. Some quite thick metal has wrapped itself around that axle. I'm going to try and get it off. There's no way I can just bend it off now. That was quite clever how it did that. It's all leftover stuff from the well when I took these out, and I pretty much just parked everything down here out of the way, but obviously wasn't parked well enough. Through. What was that? Oh God. Credit where credit's due. The Bluetti was on 99%, almost fully charged, and that only used up 2%. Pretty damn good. Yep, now with the warmer days, it's charging up a lot quicker. And look, there you go. That does look much better. Look at that. My first homegrown orange. It may be small, small will be mighty. There's more on there, more to come. Well, how nice is that to get light and sun, warmth coming into the house, and it's starting to dry it out nicely. Another week, bone dry. So you see those tiles down there? They are in this area what was once the front room and the room where I'm pointing the camera. Quite a few of them are broken. And they're being a little bit protected at the moment with all the crap that's fallen down on them. But I've just been having a little nose around while the guys aren't here. They're not going to come back until Monday now, which is fine. You can sort of get a feel for it. There's a mustardy colour and a deeper red. I really like those and I want to reuse what I can. And I think there might just be enough from those two rooms for me to use them in the kitchen area. And I'm looking forward to working all of this out, obviously. I showed you before in that copper shop, the green floor in there. I really like that. Whether I can use that or not, I don't know. But over the course of the next few weeks or so, I'm going to be piecing together colour schemes and so on. That doorway there, I'm going to widen it to the side of that ladder. More light then will get through into there, which will be really good. And then I'm going to match it on this side. I've already marked off on the wall where the arch will go. It's not the exact shape at the moment, but that'll be wider. And again, think that's a little bit of character in here. Keep those exposed. Now, I did say as well that I wasn't going to be doing anything in here until the guys have finished. However, as they are removing all of the rubble, it does make sense for me to do one or two things to utilize that. And this area here with the little toilet in there, which I won't go in because that's my makeshift toilet at the moment. I'm going to knock these walls down here because they're not supporting, and then I can get rid of all that. They're just bricks, and make one larger room. Bathroom, a bath in there. How nice would that be, with a walk-in shower? Very nice. And then this will be the pantry. Again, the galley kitchen leading outside where the kitchen will extend. I think that's going to look really good. So I'm going to be doing that next week. And they're going to be taking the acros down next week, as well as continuing up on the roof. Can't wait to see that. Oh yeah. Well, I thought after having so many days of miserable grey rain, to get these blue skies back, I think it's time for a little treat and a barbecue here. First of many, of course. First of the year, at least. So, with that, I'm sending you out good vibes. And I don't normally eat much during the day, but, got to be done. I got a number of these from the market in Lole last weekend. I'm going to keep going back there and testing them all out one by one. Chicken, spinach, lettuce, tomato, cheese, bit of onion, spicy ketchup in a warm brioche bun.